It was all wonderful. I guess, there were parts that were easier and there were parts that were harder, but it was all beneficial. I think in many ways the best parts are the hardest parts. I remember the bus ride back to Delhi when I wasn't able to sleep, and I'd gone basically a day and a night without sleep, and we're at a rest stop, and it's very interesting. Rinpoche was saying and doing some slightly peculiar things, and I think he was trying to point the nature of my mind out to me. It didn't work, of course, but there is a special opening that happens when you're exhausted. You start to see a little bit the transparent nature of reality, because it's really a construct. It's not really real, it's what our minds construct to be real, and when we're exhausted, that constructing ability starts to break down, so we start to see the reality is a little more loose than what we believe it is. So they work with you at times like that, seeing that there might be a little bit of an opening. And usually it doesn't work, but in my case it certainly doesn't, because I have these very thick habits. But in its own strange way, it's fun. That's about it.
Did you get it?
Yeah. Right. I'm behind you. I'm hanging on to your pink purse. I like it. Here, Maureen. Come here.
I like to use what I call the tuning fork analogy, because a holy person or a holy place is like a tuning fork, and that if you strike that tuning fork and you hold it next to the other one, they don't even have to touch, and the other one begins to vibrate. So that means that the Buddha or the holy being embodies Buddha nature, and then our Buddha nature begins to vibrate in the presence of that. And that's, of course, it doesn't vibrate, but this is, it's not truly that sort of thing. But there's some awakening of what is already present within us when we visit with holy beings and so forth. And then the other thing to mention is in regard to the Sangha. In regard to the Sangha, you know, you're very, very fortunate here because you have Lama Dujum. And Lama Dujum Dorje he's carrying the Sangha on his shoulders. And he's benefiting the Sangha and helping the Sangha in lots of ways. So by doing these sorts of pilgrimages, it's very pleasing to the Lama, it's very pleasing to his mind, and it's also very useful and beneficial for carrying out his Dharma activity. So that's another benefit of doing pilgrimage.
Thank you very much.
There's a whole lot of power moving easily when actions are natural, relaxed and free. There's a whole lot of power in the result of pure reality recognizing itself. There's a whole lot of power in the fruit of this great variety being naturally free. There's a whole lot of power in my samaya. I precisely follow the Lama's commands. There's a whole lot of power because nothing is wrong. No vows have been broken, no harm has been done. There's a whole lot of power in my practice because whatever happens I adapt to it. There's a whole lot of power because in the end all appearances are my friend. I say all appearances are my friend.
Sarva Mangalam.
Sarva Mangalam.
You'll get a copy. Yeah. So no boy does.
Here, demonstrate. Kick for the camera.
No, I'm not. Okay, we'll either follow Dave or do this. Come in the Okay, your playtime is over. Funny, playtime over, back on the bus.
I think we'll be upside down in the actual video, but that's okay.